You guys know I'm always down for some conspiracy. CliffBeats, no script, off the rip. Everyone's been hitting me up about this. It looks like there's hidden messages or hidden meeting. Got hidden meetings. Let's talk, Cliff. Hidden meanings behind Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" music video. Explained. I'm down. Actually, to be completely honest with you, I watched it the second time and I caught things that I missed the first time. That's the guy's honest truth. So let's see where my headphones are at. Let's see exactly what it is that I may have missed. Um, Dude, you guys find crazy shit. You guys match up numbers with outfits, and I, I don't know, man. You guys get a little bit too crazy. With somebody was telling me he did 17 and a half push-ups. That's how old the girl was when Drake had sex with her in 2014. I'm like, what? I don't know this shit. I'm not following who's having sex with who. We got hidden meanings behind Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." Do me a favor, go like, go subscribe. This is Pearl Fountain. Pearl Fountain, I'm gonna show you some love. Pearl Mountain. Cheers to you. Go like, go subscribe. Show love to Kendrick Lamar and Pearl Mountain. Let's see what this is about. I'd love to have you too, man. It'd be an honor. Helps out my algorithm, and I want to help push these artists as much as I possibly can. Let's go. You hear me slurring? So I'm still half awake. Yeah. This is just fucking Visine. That's how my eyes get white. Otherwise, they'd be beet red right now. Let's go.
Kendrick's music video for Not Like Us is full of layered disses towards Drake, like this scene of him with an owl in a cage.
Yeah, I've seen this. As soon as I seen this, I was like, damn, like it's Drake behind bars, but also he's got Drake captured.
Referencing Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, implying that Drake should stick to singing over rapping, with the owl representing Drake since it's OVO's logo, and also implying Drake should be locked up for all the PDF file allegations that Kendrick talks about on the song. He's even playing hopscotch, a game that little girls play, in the scene where he says the A minor line, and dropping the video on the 4th of July.
Yeah, that was dirty. Yeah, we already heard the 4th of July thing, Independence Day. He already called him a colonizer. We already talked about the hopscotch. And look, someone even said he skipped over the 6ix9ine. Did he hop over the 6ix9ine?
Playing hopscotch, a game that little girls play, in the scene where he says that
either way, I was like, people are getting crazy out here. But yeah.
A minor line. And dropping the video on the 4th of July, a day celebrating American independence, after doing the pop-out show on Juneteenth, proves that he planned the whole aftermath of the beef out. Continuing his point about Drake being not like us, an outsider to American rap culture, something he puts on full display when he brings out all of LA to Compton to chant this diss with him throughout the video. It especially fits with him calling Drake a colonizer, since the 4th of July was when America got freed from being a British colony. Kendrick uses LA rapper and celebrity friends throughout his pop-out concert to show the heritage and history that
he does. He basically brought everyone together to say, hey, like, they not like us. We don't play with this fucking commercial plant industry pedo shit. Like, we will put our differences aside. You know, when you got Crips, Bloods, you got all these different gangs coming together to say, hey, we don't put up with that shit. And that's one thing in prison they do not put up with. You do something horrible. Oh, the kids? That's a big no. Especially amongst gang members. I know you would think, oh, there's no morals there. Nah, you'd be mistaken. Comes to little kids.
Comes from, that Drake tries to imitate by associating with Atlanta artists, but just can't really replicate. And some of the stars that showed up in the show made an appearance in the video to double down on that point. From Mustard, who opened for him, to DeMar DeRozan, who he named
I see DeMar DeRozan
dropped on the song since he went to go play for the Toronto Raptors, Drake's hometown team, but eventually came back home to the US and made an appearance on stage during the live performance of Not Like Us. Tommy the Clown, who also performed a set before Mustard at the show, is a dancer raised in South Central LA who was legendary for inventing the form of dancing called clowning, a huge inspiration behind crumping, in response to the Rodney King riots in 1992. His movement was meant to be a healthy alternative to LA kids getting into drugs or crime, and those values reflect Kendrick's emphasis on art being a way to represent and heal communities rather than imitate them.
And I had somebody say that, hey, with the shipping containers, because I'm sure they're going to get to that in a little bit, with the shipping containers, they were saying that the white face paint was basically Drake ruining the culture and shipping the culture away. I don't know. Somebody else was telling me about this, and I was like, that's a bit of a stretch. I don't know. But the faces are painted white. You know, so you think about blackface, well, their faces are painted white, saying like, well, half white, half black, saying like, hey, white people are stealing the culture. I mean, we all know hip hop is predominantly black, right? But was also created in the Bronx with Latino and Hispanic, so you cannot count them out either. B-boying, storytelling, DJing, black, Hispanic. I mean, there were white people there as too, but it is predominantly black. It is black culture. You cannot take that away from them. You can't. But it is forever evolving. Most of the music industry is white, like behind the scenes. A lot of the writers that write some of these hit records are white or Hispanic or of different ethnicities. You know, you see what I'm saying? So like I think that's where some of the purists say, hey, it's been watered down, which I would have to agree. I would have to agree. I'm one of the writers for the music industry. I'm white, so they would consider that being watered down. But that's just purists. That's purists who want it to be, hey, strictly black culture. Nothing else is accepted. And I understand that, but then you also have that argument where people, bring up like basketball and shit like that, and everyone's a guest there. I really don't give a fuck. You can call me a guest anywhere. I don't care. I'll be a polite motherfucker when I show up. I'll bring food.
Featured members of TDE and Black Hippie, from Schoolboy Q to J-Rock to Absol to Top Dog, Punch, and Muso. And the video is 5 minutes and 55 seconds long. We all know Kendrick is always really specific with his numbers, and throughout his seasons on Degrassi, Drake was always spotted wearing 555 Soul.
Oh, see that? Come on, I didn't watch Degrassi, man. Come on, man. It was before my time.
Was really specific with his numbers, and throughout his seasons on Degrassi, Drake was always spotted wearing 555 Soul. He recreated this video of him doing push-ups in Compton from his burner Instagram page, which
yeah, but that's where we got push-ups. The song from Drake, that's where he was referencing, was when he was at the playground, not playground, but somewhere else doing push-ups. Someone said he did 17 and a half, and I was like, yo, I think you're reading a bit too much into it.
He also referenced in his video for N95, a scene that Drake made fun of with his drop and give me 50 hook on the diss push-up. Kendrick later flipped this diss against Drake on Meet the Gram, saying that he would be a better father to Adonis because he'd teach him to do push-ups and build discipline instead of taking Ozempic for weight loss. Even the fact that he did push-ups in public as a celebrity in a random park in Compton was a statement about how much his city loves him, and how safe he is there, something that he's saying Drake will never have in a historical center of hip-hop like LA. He also does exactly 17 push-ups. He won 17 Grammys, and he's also saying Drake doesn't want anything over 17. The pictures are all
yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, there are a lot of references here. And you know where most of these got pulled from? A bunch of fucking reaction videos, because everyone caught different things.
17 push-ups. He won 17 Grammys, and he's also saying Drake doesn't want anything over 17. The pictures are all
why though? He did Millie Bobby Brown wrong, but yeah, he was talking to her for a while too, which is kind of weird. I don't know. If I was a 30-something-year-old man, I don't think I'd be really. I mean, my cousins, I'll help them if they're in a jam or something, or I'll take them to go see like a movie. But I'm not gonna give them. He says he was giving like dating advice to Millie Bobby Brown or something. Am I tripping?
Off the wall in this room that has studio speakers in it, which Drake doesn't want anything over 17. The pictures are off the wall in this room that has studio speakers in it, which references Drake saying, he made direct references to some of Drake's disses on Family Matters, specifically about him domestically abusing Whitney, and Dave Free being the father of his son.
And then we actually get to see Dave Free help direct it, and then you get to see Whitney right here crip walk all over the living room.
These scenes of posing and dancing with Whitney and his children, right when he says the Family Matters line. And the fact that Dave Free directed the video. Whitney's even wearing a wife beater, directly referencing these allegations, something that I don't really feel like she'd do if they were true. He references the vignette type shot in Family Matters with this scene, and has this guy behind him in a ski mask representing Drake from his Dark Lane Demo Tapes album cover.
Yeah, I like this, and I said it reminded me of something out of like Stranger Things, where like it pulls him from the back, almost like a Batman too, but Stranger Things. You know how they're the upside down world.
In this scene, Drake is trying to catch up to Kendrick, but gets swept away right when he says the boogeyman line. And Kendrick is standing next to a guy with a Compton hat on, representing how him having his city by his side is why Drake will never catch up. He smacks the shit out of this owl pinata in some scene.
Oh, he smacks the shit out of this owl pinata.
How him having his city by his side is why Drake will never catch up. He smacks the shit out of this owl pinata in some scenes. Another reference to an activity little kid.
I'm sorry, it's just like the half asleep, like he smacks the shit out of this pinata. It's like, what the fuck?
Drake will never catch up. He smacks the shit out of this owl pinata in some scenes. Another reference to an activity little kids do at birthday parties, while also visually representing the beat.
Ooh, yeah, it's true. That is something little kids do at birthday parties. They smack the shit out of pinatas. I didn't even put that together myself. Duh.
In some scenes. Another reference to an activity little kids do at birthday parties, while also visually representing the beatdown that he's saying he gave Drake in this beef. And at the very beginning of the video, he gives us a snippet of a song with a Not Like Us type flow, potentially teasing either a remix or a preview of a song from his next album. The snippet also references Kamasi Washington, a saxophone.
Go with the second one.
A remix or a preview of a song from his next album. The snippet also references Kamasi Washington, a saxophone player from LA who is featured on To Pimp a Butterfly, hinting that his next album might have some of the same jazz influences that this album was famous for. He also references The Blueprint by Jay-Z in a line about IP or intellectual property, which is kind of a response to Drake saying that he had to drop and give his label 50%, implying that what he's trying to build with PG Lang, his own label, is going to give him more control over his own music, just like Jay-Z with Rockefeller Records. This video actually reminded me a lot of the video for Alright, with the huge crowds of Compton natives singing along to Kendrick, and the music video for that also started with another song first. I don't know if this was a coincidence, but his fit looked mad similar to the guy from this viral video, who has a lot of the same hating energy as Kendrick on Euphoria.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress.
Let me know if you thought this music video lived up to the hype. It got 5 million views in 4 hours, and it's looking like it might be Kendrick's biggest video of all time. And for more context on this song, watch my breakdown here. Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, thanks for watching.
Okay, so what he did not mention was the crates. He did not mention the crates, which was one of the biggest ones. Unless he did, and I just wasn't paying attention because I was moving. Well, he was moving very, very fast. Yeah. So if you noticed in the shipping containers, you could see how they had like a ventilation system. Well, how do you think that they import underage children? I mean, dude, these are all allegations, and these are serious allegations. So I can't say this is exactly what's happening. I can't. All I can say is that that's what I believe that he was alluding to. You could even see him dressed up in a suit, making a deal with a dude wearing a wife beater, as in somebody who's just, coming off the boat, what I'm saying, who's been watching over dealing with shady characters, see what I'm saying? So that's what I picked up from the video. But I think this dude is pretty spot on with a lot of his stuff. Now, the 17 push-up things, possibly, I don't know. People are very calculated. These artists are of a different tier of rapper. Like, this is the top 1%. Like Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Eminem. I would even say J. Cole, even though people are upset they took the high road. But I understood when I heard what was really going on behind the scenes. I backtracked instantly and said J. Cole made the smartest move by getting away from this, because I caught a snippet of Family Matters way before it ever released. I forgot which verse this came out, but it was during my podcast episode, and I heard a snippet from family members, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, it's gonna go deep. And I'm guessing J. Cole probably got wind of that too and was like, nope, want no parts of this. You guys are going towards the woman beater / fucking pedo route. I want nothing to do with it. And rightfully so. I can see why J. Cole backed out, but the shipping containers were very huge. Now, you can go back and you can kind of give your own assessment. Again, I heard one person say that, hey, if you really pay attention, it's talking about basically shipping the culture away. But also, there's also a double from other people, which the main one that I see is basically the import of underage kids. That's the big one, because that's what dude, you got to think about this. That entire song is about an artist who is one of the biggest pop stars / rappers out right now, still pumping out numbers, and has these weird associations and people around him with cases and stuff. So that's the main focus of the video and message too. Dude, he did the A minor bar. That goes down in history, dude. That goes down in history as one of the hardest bars I've ever heard. Hands down. No questions asked. And the imagery was happening so fast, and I was so excited because I'm sitting there thinking, like, dude, if you have a city coming after you, I'm from Chicago. If I hear Compton, you still don't want to fuck with Compton, dude. That's one of the last cities you want to hear saying, like, look, what did they say? Run for your life, run for your life. Like, you don't want that city chanting that shit. You don't want those allegations. That's why I'm saying, like, after this, there is no, oh, we're 40 years old, let's dap up and everything's cool. I called you a woman beater. I called you a pedo. Like, there's going to be problems with touring. Now, I made the comment of, hey, Drake definitely ain't going to be able to go to Cali, which Atlanta, maybe. Kendrick made it very hard for Drake to be doing a lot. He's Canadian as well, so keep that in mind, which is not that big of a deal, but whatever. Now, I also made the comment of Kendrick going to Toronto. Guys, understand something. I know everyone, there's fans that are Kendrick fans saying, oh, he's safe in Toronto. Dude, there's going to be somebody in Toronto that took offense to this. It's going to be psycho. Trust me. If some people can't handle a few jokes from from Dave Chappelle and people bum rush the stage and they get beat up by Busta Rhymes, Jamie Foxx, it's going to happen as well. So it's still, I'm not even, Kendrick Lamar doesn't need to go to Canada. I'm just saying that he would have trouble touring Canada as well. Not as much trouble as Drake coming to the United States. But I also hear Drake's doing some other things behind the scenes that I really can't divulge. Kind of just playing it safe and kind of being in hiding. This video was pretty good though, man. I want to give a shout out really quick to Pearl Fountain. You pointed on stuff that I kind of caught on the second go round, but he definitely dropped more names in here that I didn't notice. They're in the video. I'm sitting there paying attention. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the energy. I'm seeing I'm seeing the culture come together. I was going to say I'm seeing a whole town, city, but I'm seeing a culture coming together and saying, we don't accept this. We are dictating what we will accept and what we won't accept. A pedo is something that we will not accept here. We're not playing games with that shit. That's the biggest takeaway I get from this, man. Kendrick was methodical. Drake asked for it. He got it. he stood on business. He did what he could. I thought Family Matters is one of the Family Matters and Not Alike have the most replay value. Not Alike though by far, dude. I said something in the video as well, saying like, dude, I said people need to understand as well. Kendrick Drake, and what I mean by that is, I know they're crip walking. People are like, oh, Cliff, they're crip walking. I know, but what I said was this: is like, in that song, he gave you so many melodies and different dance moves that you can create like well over 20 fucking TikTok dances, dude. So that song can forever live on. And people could just keep dancing and creating new moves and dances because that beat is so catchy, so West Coast. I mean, go watch the video again and watch how many different moves and dances that people are doing. And what's Drake known for doing? Making songs that pop off TikTok. So you got little TikTok dances and you got little kids getting hooked to the music because that's Drake's target. Drake's target audience is for the younger generation. That's all he does. It's as simple as that. We are taught as songwriters to aim between the demographic of 8-year-olds to 18-year-olds because if you get them at 8, that means you're going to have them for those 10 years. You get those fans for at least a decade. Then they go off to college or whatever. Some may still listen to you, some may not. So when you come out as an artist, they want you to have your material be aimed at a younger demographic. That's why when you listen to some artists, they aim their target is blue collar workers or people who work on farms. Oh, you see where I'm going with this? There's always a target audience you need to go with. Kendrick has always been spitting for the culture. He's never stopped spitting for the culture. That's why he gets the respect that he does from hip hop. That's why he's high up on that list. It's not just his lyricism, it's what he's doing for the culture and how he's moving the culture, not just aiming at little kids. You see what I'm saying? A total difference here. It's a total difference. But yeah, I mean, K Dot absolutely I hate to say it, dude, but he buried Drake, man. He buried Drake, and I don't see a comeback from this. But Drake will continue making music, but he Drake needs to come out and he needs to do something strong for the culture if he could even do it, if it's even allowed. If people are gonna play with that. And you can say that what you want about Canada, but look what just happened to Rick Ross when he went to Canada. You see what I'm saying? Like, there was already a fight that broke out. Like, you don't think that's just not going to happen again and again and again? When Pac and Big had issues, it's not like the next day they were shooting at each other. It took a little bit of while for things to fester, and it wasn't even really them. It was the fans hyping things up and getting people riled up and going against each other. That's why on my videos, I'm like, hey, man, like, let's just try to keep this shit down a little bit. Okay, let's break down the hidden messages, but let's stop the shit. Stop the shit. But these are grown men and they're going to handle it the way they want, man. But what did you guys notice about the video that Pearl Fountain missed and I didn't talk about right now? You'd have to go back and watch my original. When I was watching the video, I was pointing stuff out, but this video I wanted to check out because somebody told me, like, hey, there's a lot of stuff that you might have missed. Go check this out. So I wanted to jump on it. Show love. Hidden meanings behind Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. I think we got a few extra ones here. Again, as calculated as Kendrick is, I wouldn't put it past him to be that petty, but you'd really have to study an artist's catalog. And if you are going to war, you have to know thy enemy. Like you have to like know them like the back of your hand. So I don't doubt that K. Dot really studied the shit out of Drake in every facet. He probably went back and watched every Degrassi episode. I'm sorry you had to do that, Kendrick. But anyways, I love you guys. Stay safe. Follow me to the next one. If there's any other videos like this, let me know. Just comment down below or hit me up on IG. Show love to the original artist. Show love to Kendrick. Whoever you want to show love to, go like, go subscribe. I'd love to have you. Subscribing helps out my algorithm. I'm going to cover more of this as well. And I really can't wait to check out more, man. I can't wait. And we have plenty of content coming. I can't say too much. Let's just say the rest of the summer is going to be buzzing with some hot music for hip-hop, man. It's going to be buzzing. All right, guys, I love you. Stay safe. Oh, don't forget you can message me 24/7. My Instagram is linked in the description down below. If you ever need me for anything, please hit me up. You're dealing with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, PTSD, addiction, a bad breakup, whatever the case may be, you're more welcome to reach out to me, okay? I'm always here for you, man. I wouldn't have a channel without you or these amazing artists. But good video, man. Good video. I like that explained. I just think the container thing I want to hear more on because I think that's probably one of the heaviest pieces of the video, the owl and then also the containers. But honestly, when I was doing my first reaction, I seen it and I wanted to say something, but I was like, I really don't want to be wrong here. So I kind of just like let it slide. And then I was like, dude, I can't. It has to be that. There's no other reason why you would put that in a video. There's no other reason. I'm out of here, guys. I love you. Be safe. What do you guys think? Comment down below.